5.
Hopefully the first 5 or 6.
Last year's winner, are you going to win it again?
I'll try my best. Give it a go, see what happens.
How does it compare to last year?
Well, it's a better day so far, no rain, so we'll have a go. It's a bit of a wind on the course, but I'll give it my best shot, see what happens at the end of the day.
How is your form?
Well, I suppose, hopefully I'm going a bit stronger than last year, but I'll soon find out. Ask me about half 2.
If Dublin City Harriers are fancied for the team prize, I'm sure you'd like to win the individual for Quinlan.
Oh, it would be nice, yeah. Well, hopefully the team will do well. We give them a shot. DCH will run for their money anyway. If not, there's plenty of the teams in it as well, so I'm sure there'll be good competition all around.
You DCH girls have a lot to live up to.
Well, we've won this last year, so we got to win it this year again. Otherwise, it's a step down the ladder rather than up us.
How much of it's a team race? How much is it Mary McKenna trying to do well herself?
Well, Mary McKenna and long distance race like this don't get on very well, so it's a team, and Mary McKenna's second.
Dublin City Harriers with a great deal to live up to. There's a particularly strong Clonliffe challenge, spearheaded, as you've seen, by last year's winner, Mary Donohue. Mary Friel is also involved in the Clonliffe lineup. Seen there on the left in the blue tights. While Patricia Griffin, an experienced athlete, is ready for the action. The women's race then about to get underway. 3.5 kilometres. Not the distance of the Quinlan Cup, but distance enough for class to tell. And already Mary Donohue in the middle, the diminutive figure in the amber and black of Clonliffe Harriers, is setting out the pace. To her right, to our left, is Mary Friel, and then in the white singlet with the green band is Olive Harford of Raheny Shamrocks. Patricia Griffin in the front row as well, as they set off on this 3.5 kilometre course. And Christine Kennedy from Galway, Galway City Harriers, on the left, white singlet and the red band across the chest. Down the Burr Road and into town they go. Mary Friel looking strong, Mary Donohue too in the middle, and Olive Harford and Patricia Griffin, those the leading contenders at the moment. Support out on the streets for this, the annual Festival of Road Races in Tullamore. Senior men's, senior women's, veterans and juniors, 4 races in all for the good citizens of Tullamore to enjoy on what has turned out to be a fine November Sunday afternoon. Still, it's the Clonliffe pairing of Mary Donohue and Mary Friel in front. Raheny's Olive Hartford is next. In close attendance, Patricia Griffin of Ballinamore. And there's the Tullamore colours being worn, the blue and white, also prominent in these early stages. Christine Kennedy nearest to us in that leading group. Still Mary Donohue out in front. Valerie Collins there at the back of the leading group as Dublin City Harriers with Mary McKenna on the right begin to show. Already at this early stage of the race, the field strung out. Still the leader is Mary Donohue with Christine Kennedy now second. Mary Friel just slipped a little bit. Fine athlete is Mary Donohue, and despite her diminutive size, strength in those legs has taken her to many titles in her career. Mary Friel now beginning to feel the pace somewhat as the leading group has stretched the distance. Valerie Collins, Nae O'Mahony in 4th place, tall girl in white. And the Tullamore landmark as they reach the halfway stage, with Mary Donohue taking the corner in the lead. Christine Kennedy putting most of the pressure on her, then Olive Hartford, then comes Mary McKenna, and behind her, Valerie Collins. Mary Donohue likes to run from the front, but these two girls, Kennedy and Hartford, not wanting to get her out of their sights. McKenna and then Collins, then in 6th place, it's Patricia Griffin, and then in 7th, Mary Friel. Dublin City Harriers girls not too far behind Mary McKenna, looking good for them at the moment in the team race. But Mary Donohue now, as they come out of Hollywood, has opened up a bit of a gap. It's still Christine Kennedy and Olive Hartford behind, but Mary Donohue, with a little over a kilometre to go, has got a very sizable lead. Mary McKenna back there as the men warm up for their event. Mary McKenna has lost touch with the leading group, as too has Mary Friel and Patricia Griffin, and also Valerie Collins. Christine Kennedy second, Olive Harford third. Yes, the winner is away up ahead. And winner, I say, because there can now be no doubt, with just the Burr Road to go and then the entry to the stadium, that Mary Donohue has all this distance to herself. All she has to do is keep running and she'll be home first. And the battle now is really about who is going to finish second to Mary Donohue. This splendid Clonliffe athlete on her way to her second Quinlan Cup in a row. But who is going to finish second? That race won by Christine Kennedy of Galway, and the disappointment slowing down the legs of Olive Harford of Raheny, coming in third. And behind her in the distance and just about to emerge is Mary McKenna, the Dublin City Harrier. McKenna fourth, Patricia Griffin in fifth, and Mary Friel coming in sixth, in a race totally dominated by the Clonliffe Harrier, Mary Donohue.
Have you looked remarkably fresh after all that?
Oh, well, it's nice to talking now than before the race, yeah. It went very well. I was pleased. I felt quite strong, and we had a race yesterday, our centenary 2-mile race, and I didn't know how that would affect me or not, so I'm quite pleased now.
It didn't affect you at all, did it?
No, well, maybe not. Maybe it gave me a boost.
There were some running quite well behind you, but nobody had the legs that you seem to have.
Yeah, it's always a fear, though. You never know where you are really in relation. And when I come up the hill, just on the last stretch in there now, people were saying 50, 60 yards, so it was quite a boost just to keep going and not to slow up, because you've always got that fear that you'll slow to twist your ankle, and you've never won up across that finish line.
Indeed. Well, you won last year and you won this year too, so a bit of a favourite for you now.
Well, it's nice to come down here all right and win a second year in a row. Didn't expect it.
The face of a champion, Mary Donohue of Clonliffe Harriers, who had 13 seconds to spare at the finish over Christine Kennedy from Galway. Olive Harford of Raheny was in third place. And Mary Donohue's outstanding performance spearheading a Clonliffe victory in the team event, putting last year's winners Dublin City